After 8 in the PM, Marcus back in the hot seat. It's been a long time, but I'm so happy to be back. Summertime vibes, Midsummer, brand new Hospital, check it out. Track entitled Fast Soul Music. London Electricity in the mix. Big shout going out to everybody who was down at the London Electricity show alongside Clute. Heavy show. If you missed it, my goodness. Off the hook. Big shout going out to everybody who's down at Intellects and Caliber on Friday night for their Rinse 1 year anniversary. Big anniversary shot going out to Rinse Magazine, all the crew, all the staff. Don't forget TorontoJungle.com for more info, event listings, news, and whatnot. Forum chat, that's www.TorontoJungle.com. Have a wicked show planned for you tonight. Got some special guests in the house touching down. Toronto veteran DJ Slip and Slide alongside vocalist Jenna Anderson and the one and only producer, engineer extraordinaire, Nemesis. And they all come together to represent Elements. They're here to represent their new album, touching down in stores across North America, years in the making. We're gonna have some interviews, some exclusives. We've got the big party down at Milano tonight, and we have the head honcho in the house, Tage, the infamous. As you can hear, the party vibes have already begun. In the house, Tage Irie. Gonna be a big party down at Milano tonight. Side Dream is also here from Vancouver, BC, and he's gonna be playing a set for us right here on The Prophecy, as well as a little interview. So loads of good stuff coming up for the next 2 hours. Keep it locked, 89.5.
to the sounds of Marcus Visionary inside the mix.
Follow the flow. We created it. 89.5 FM, Real Radio.
Coming in with some brand new Greg Packer. Track entitled Gonna Be Mine. We're reaching out to the Release Records crew. Don't forget Release Records down at the corner of Young and Maitland. Official sponsor for The Prophecy. Big shout out to Pete, Steve, and all the crew. brand new sound to Greg Packer, all the way from Australia, making big waves right now on the liquid scene. Track entitled Gonna Be Mine. Going out to all the crew in the studio. Just touched down, the Elements crew. DJ Slip gonna throw in a mix for us. Some brand new beats.
Prophecy. Prophecy. 15,000 watts of power. Prophecy. Prophecy. The blueprint.
Stepping into the sounds of DJ Slip inside the mix. Special guest in the house tonight. Alongside the Elements crew. Don't forget, tonight it's going to be the Elements CD release party taking place down at Milano, 325 King Street West. Alongside DJ Side Dream all the way from Vancouver, BC. And Jenna's excited in the house. And we have the Lookalike crew in the house tonight. The three lookalikes. The three musketeers. Going out to the Summertime crew. Taking it right till 10 p.m. Keep it locked. Sounds of DJ Slip inside the mix, representing Elements. Going out to the Rinse Magazine crew. Happy 1 year anniversary. Canada's one and only DMV publication. locked into the prophecy.
Everything that you did to me. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You had your chance, now it's time to leave. Can you appreciate the things I did for you? No, it's too late to shape up, 'cause baby, we are free.
The DJ Slip inside the mix. Special guest in the house tonight. We're representing Elements. I'm gonna have an interview in a couple of minutes, telling you all about the brand new album available across Canada right now. Not taking any calls tonight. Way too busy in the studio. Side Dreams just touched down alongside Sec. And he has a mix, and we're going to be talking to him a little bit later on in the show. All right, well, we're into Sec's favorite tune of the moment, Bandwagon Blues.
Just some Muppets trying to catch
He had this one on dubplate, straight from Groove Rider. Smashed it. Loves it. Especially the bass line. Going out to Guns. Tommy's favorite tune as well. Big shout going out to the Release Records crew. Don't forget Release down at the corner of Young and Maitland. Official sponsor for the program. Check out the website www.releaserecords.com. Big shout going out to Pete. I'm sure I'll see you down at Club tonight for the Elements record release party. Without further ado,
Keep it locked. Keep it locked. Keep it locked. 89.5.
we got the Elements crew in the house, and they are celebrating the release of the long-awaited album. All right, let me see if the mics are working tonight.
Yeah. What up?
Hello, hello.
Pampin'.
We got the Rowdy Elements crew in the house tonight. And the booze didn't even arrive yet. Okay. We're going to start off with how and when did you meet? And I'm going to put that question to Slip first. And we're going to go around. So Slip, how and when did you meet all these people?
Well, okay, this is a long one. Basically, Dave and I, to make this quick, we started making music together first. That's most relevant. Then, and of course, I met Tage through DJing first. So we were already kind of together. And then Dave and I started exploring with making beats and stuff. And then we went on from there. And then I always knew that Jenna was a singer because she was a friend of my sister's in like junior school. And she liked drum and bass. And I just egged her on until she would start singing. And finally she did for this song here, Feel the Realness First, which is a song that me and Dave worked on probably over about 2 years with all the saxophones and different stuff that's in the song. So this was the first song that she sang on us for, Feel the Realness. And then we got Jenna to do the vocals for Let Me Know, which is the biggest song that we did here in North America. And I guess, so it goes from there up until about Let Me Know, and then that's when we're like an official group.
Right. So basically, you guys were all just friends, knew each other from high school and whatnot. Anybody there have anything to add to that? How and when did you meet?
We went to some of your club nights and raves back in the day, Marcus. Had a good time at some Deliriums, the Tunnel Club, the Original Knowledge.
I heard about that Lunatic Fringe party where somebody got robbed out front. Jenna told me about that one.
Yeah, Jenna robbed somebody out front at the Lunatic Fringe party.
No, I didn't.
You know that's going to be on the forum tomorrow. Okay. All right, next.
I've known Slip since I was like 8, pretty much. And then everybody else came after that. We all went to high school together other than Dave. So it's been a long time. Known each other for a long time. Like my brothers have.
Nice. And they're all the same size.
Other than Tage, because Tage smells. Just kidding.
And they look like brothers as well. Anyways, getting more serious now. How long did it take to record the record? And when was it recorded? Anybody there?
The recording of the record was actually a pretty quick process.
This Nemesis speaking.
Word up, how you doing, everybody? Big up Toronto. Big up.
He does exist.
Anyway, yeah, it was a pretty quick process actually. We put our minds to it and managed to put out like about a whole bunch, about 12 or 13 ideas, and from that whittled them down to the best ideas and turned it into an album. But it was a big group effort and a lot of mind power involved, and it was a lot of fun, and it was a real learning experience too. And we took it to new levels too, because what we did was from like concept to creation of CD, like all the way through, top to bottom, and we got mastering done, and we really did. By the end of it, we all looked like really rough because we were just we were processing things for so long in the studio, and it was kind of funny though how it worked out, because then we eventually started working in that studio a lot more, and that turned into Nice and Smooth, which some of you would know about. Big up everybody from Nice and Smooth. Yeah, no, the album was a pretty quick process, and from that we just been refining different aspects of it, and now it's finally on the way out there to the world, and hopefully everybody's going to listen to it and go pick it up.
The album itself, I think, took probably about 3 months to compile. all the tunes that are out now on the LP. It was completely like soldier business, like days and days, just sleeping over at each other's houses in the studio, not sleeping, like pure madness, like crazy.
Okay.
Fun times though.
We gotta shout out Kensington Sound where we recorded all the vocals.
I was just about to ask that. But you know what? I know that this record was recorded a long time ago, right? And I mean, I remember when I got it. So I'm going to ask Slip, tell us all about that. I know, you know what? It's important that the record came out now, but tell us why it took so long for you guys to decide to put it out and why it's coming out now.
Well, basically, it took us so long because mostly distribution. You know, we're putting it out ourselves, and we had to get our own distribution and stuff, which we have now. So there'll be more albums and lots more stuff coming. But there's also a couple new tunes that we've done since the initial recording of the CD, and they're on the CD as well because we knew that we wanted to have a couple things that were updated. But basically, our motivation to do another album wouldn't really be there unless this one came out first. So we're kind of just setting this one off to kind of launch drum and bass being now available at like HMV and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
bring it to the massive.
Yeah, exactly. With that kind of, being in bigger stores and stuff now, you know, it's gonna drum and bass. Canadian drum and bass is now going to be in there, and that's what we had to work so hard to get. So that's why it's taken all these years. Is basically we didn't want to put it out and not have it reach as many people as it was intended for.
But we still wanted to be able to do it independently.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a struggle in itself, and it took a long time. So right now we're at the point where everything's totally, you know, going in progress, and basically all the new tunes that come out are going to be coming out via Sean's beautiful setup.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, tell us about the Koch thing a bit.
Well, basically the next album that's going to come out is Slip and Slide is going to mix most of our songs that are from Vinyl Syndicate. And then we have Illfinger's CD, and he's going to do The Fortress, and kind of a Jedi mix CD, which is already done as well. And then after that, there's going to be a Crunk album on CD, which is going to be compiled of the old Crunk classics and the new ones that are yet to be recorded with remixes by different artists and stuff like that. So basically, we have all the way up until next year when we're going to start to do the second Elements album, because that will come after the Crunk album. So that it's gonna start repeating over like that.
We're well on our way with Elements too, though. I mean, it's pretty much compiled. We're just gonna gear up for the next releases with Fingers and the boys doing their mix CD and get Elements 2 out there. Fresher sound.
There's actually a lot of interesting things in the works for Elements too. There's going to be a lot of interesting work in different locations to bring it all together and to make a brand new sound too for the next Elements release too. So there's going to be a lot of fun in the works coming up.
Yeah, we're taking our show on the road. We're going to go on tour and do a huge tour. If that was what you were going to ask, I'll let you ask about that.
No. You know what? You answered it. Touring. That was the next question.
That's the biggest thing that we want to do for drum and bass right now is take it to all the cities in Canada. It's exciting. We've just looked into renting like a Winnebago to drive across Canada. I'm not joking.
You need it.
And we're going to hit all the places that don't even have airports and bring drum and bass to them. And that's what we want to do. And we're going to do that all the way until our next album, and then keep doing it.
Okay. Cool. All right. Now that we've answered that stuff, what's up with Vinyl Syndicate? What's going on with that? I'm going to direct that to Slip as well, again. And then, you know what? Forget about that. Shut up, Slip. Jenna, tell us what's going on with Vinyl Syndicate. Boom! I keep directing the questions to one person.
Oh, no. That's okay. Slip usually has most of the answers anyway, so it's all right. Big things coming up in the future. I'm not going to say anything solidified, but some 12 inches definitely on the way. So hopefully some vocal tunes. Just keep your ear to the ground. Things are still running, man. People seem to think that everything's broken up and nobody's working together anymore. That's like the buzz, and it's totally not. That's not the case. We're all still here working together.
Old news.
Old news, man.
FI, false information.
And big up knowledge. The Night starting Vinyl Syndicate, Marcus Visionary, Dirty P, starting on July. I think it's the 18th.
Yeah, next Friday.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick. But yeah, keep your eye out, man. Things are happening. But that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to talk to the one and only Tage Master in the house. I know
Easy.
Tage has
Easy
been
does it.
the face of things for a while, because I know everybody else is, I know this. Everybody else is kind of low key. Dave is never around. Jenna's, quiet. Slip, well, he wasn't out until just recently. You've been the promoter.
These guys were ravers before me. Like they had like a year on me raving, like Dave and Sean. So I think I'm still raving. That's why I'm always out.
All right. Tell us about all the different nights that you got planned. Also, tell us what's happening with Liquid Funk, which is Milano taking place tonight. But tell us about all the promotions and everything you've been doing and have done.
Yeah, well, we've been doing Milanos. We just had our 4-year anniversary. Woo! Marcus is the OG resident down there. Been supporting the show since the beginning, along with Fresh, Lush, Illfingers, Mystical, all the crew. So we want to thank everybody. Always want to take any opportunity we get to thank everybody who supported the night and helped make it what it was and what it is and will be and all that jazz. So it's going down tonight. We got Side Dream, who's up in the place here. Sec, who's up in the place. Me and Slip are touching down. El Natural, Caddy.
And most importantly, it's the Elements record release party.
Yeah, we're having an official release party. So come down, some free CDs, tequila.
Giveaway. So it's going to be a big jam down there tonight.
Yeah.
So everybody out there listening.
Jenna's dancing on the table.
Hey,
hey.
No man.
Dave's
be lying
dancing on
under
the table. So yeah, we have a big party coming up actually. Now that since you gave me this opportunity, we got Ravo Band at Caravan a long weekend. That's the new flex. Friday, August 1st, 2003, inside the Reverb.
With the big sound.
It's going down. It is going down.
Awesome.
And then, actually, we're starting a new night too, Thursdays at Afterlife with Hijinks Entertainment. So it's the old Limelight, the patio vibe. We're going to do that every Thursday all summer long, starting the day right before Knowledge starts. The Thursday before that's our opening night there. So just like a, chilled thing out on the patio, see the CN Tower, the skyline, everything. It's going to be nice. And
wicked.
Then hopefully in September we're going to move indoors and just run it. They have a really nice 3rd floor up there. So in September we're going to move indoors and we've got really nice. It kind of looks like Embrius actually up there.
All right, man.
Hey, everybody's week is brightening up. Got Thursdays and Fridays, wicked parties coming up.
Just want to big up Tobias Wang, who just touched down. I'm looking at him right now. What's up, Toby?
Easy to Rich. And of course you got Loose, 117 Peter Street, Wednesday night. Ryan Ruckus, Tones, all the crew. Lots of drum and bass. You'll be hearing Elements everywhere, all week long.
Good. So now everybody knows you guys are still doing stuff, and there's lots of stuff in the pipeline. Now I'm going to talk to everybody individually and see what's going on. Dave, what are you up to, Nemesis? What's going on with you now in terms of like all your different projects? Not just Elements. What other kind of stuff are you doing right now?
Oh my goodness, that's a big question.
Just off the top of your head.
Top of the. You said you were gonna do that to me. Okay. Let's see.
No. You know what?
No. Definitely. I'm doing it.
No.
Visionary. Visionary's coming with a down-tempo album with Jenna Anderson. We're also going to be flexing that to some different TV shows coming up, so we're really trying to push the sound of the underground to everyone else out there, which is great. And
we're looking at doing a sci-fi series, hopefully that is coming up in the fall of 2003, and doing some music for a Canadian sci-fi series. So with our down-tempo album with Visionary, myself is Visionary, and Dave and Marcus Visionary.
Which is 7 tracks in now and very near completion. Very near completion. And I just wanted to big up everybody who's doing that with us, because you're going to hear it very soon. It's going to be very nice for everyone. The people are Marcus, Jenna, Dave, me, and basically this guy named Sebastian, who's really talented as well, and also a guy named Sean Barker, who you probably see on Queen Street sometimes playing his heart out, and he's a wicked guitarist, so we brought him in on the project as well. So it's a really, really good sounding project, totally new for us as well. Visionary is coming with an onslaught of new tunes, rest assured. And
the boys are all making fun of Doge in the background. But it's all good.
Yeah, man.
It's like brothers.
Yeah, I know. These are my brothers.
I'm gonna DJ on the street.
Dave's talking.
Yeah. Big it up. Hey, man, you know what?
If you could only see what's going on in the room as Dave speaks. But he's held it down. He's keeping it together. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What else is going on? Oh, just tons of projects, man. Just take a look around for the Visionary logo showing up on different events and different TV shows and massive things going on.
Wicked. Okay. This question.
On prophecy.
This question is going to be directed to Jenna. Tell us about the Chemistry LP, which is finished, and we're just in the midst of compiling right now.
Okay, sure. We basically have just wrapped up our full-length drum and bass album called Chemistry, which is Visionary. Visionary, like I said before, being myself, Jenna, Dave Whalen, and Marcus Visionary. We've got EP 12-inch coming out with Hustlin' Beats coming out in the fall, which should be fantastic. A song called Lightning, and a song called Rush, which is just being slammed all over the clubs right now. So it's pretty exciting. We're all really excited about the album. Got some amazing feedback, and I think it's going to turn out really great. And above all, it's been an absolute pure treat to make, because these guys are just so dear to my heart, all of them. That's pretty much it with the Visionary LP.
Aww.
Okay, and leading
That's sweet.
last but not least, Jenna, you know what? Outside of Visionary and Elements, you've been doing loads and loads of stuff. I know you've been working with Max 747. You've done some stuff for Perfecto. You know what? Tell us all about those different projects, because I know you got a whole bunch of stuff happening.
Oh dear. Okay. Yeah.
From the top, Jenna.
By the way, this is one of
Jeez.
my favorite tracks from the album. When you guys gave me the album, like maybe 2.5 or 3 years ago, this was the one.
This track is called "It's Time," by the way.
This was the one.
So we'll just tell you.
Okay, Jenna, take it away.
Okay. Well, a couple years back, I've actually been working with a group called Max 747, which is trance-based. And we took some tunes to the Miami Music Conference, and from there got picked up by Paul Oakenfold and Perfecto for one of the tracks. I was on one of them, and that's actually how I got signed to Perfecto. So we had, some CDs and stuff come out, and we had a couple 12 inches come out on Perfecto. I did some work for Ibiza. I was a title tracks for Ibiza and Ministry of Sound, some compilation stuff. Doing some work with Universal right now for some major movie motion pictures. I'm doing some work for Xbox. I'm doing a video game.
Jenna's going to Hollywood.
It's going to come out at the beginning of 2004 for Xbox, a video game, which some of Max 747 and myself's tunes are featured.
What's the name of the game?
Jeez, we haven't actually found out the name of the game yet.
Big up Xbox.
Big up Xbox. Yay, I get an Xbox. I'm so happy.
All the video game junkies out there.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
such
get me
a
an
video
Xbox?
game junkie.
Can you get me one?
No, because you smell. No, I'm just kidding.
What else, Jen?
I don't know. I'm doing some house stuff. I'm working with loads of people. Just doing loads of
that's
things.
the Nice and Smooth connection.
Yeah, working with Nice and Smooth. Working
Sure.
on getting some stuff in.
Is it going nice and smooth with Nice and Smooth?
Stefan Technostep Vera is actually I'm doing some stuff with him right now. We're doing some things that are going to be coming out in Germany, which is great. I also want to big up Chris Smith Management, who has recently just shown some interest and some great potential in Max 747, and hopefully some big things to happen in Germany. I also, just while I have the mic, I want to say big up to the whole Rinse crew. You guys have been nothing but supportive and shown the best support, and you guys are really a great family. To the Jung Girls as well. Darcy, our guitarist who worked on Elements, was fantastic, and I want to big him up too. And Kalen for the photos, even though he's not here right now. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Happy birthday, Rinse.
And a happy birthday, yeah.
Yeah, and also too, I think we can all big up Circa.
Big up Circa.
Big up Mike
Mike
Frost.
Frost. Mike Frost, definitely.
In the house tonight, hopefully, for the Elements record release party. Official sponsor for all of us.
Chad Musk is going to be there tonight. Jamie Thomas is coming down. Everybody come on down.
Big
It'll be
shout.
Check it
great.
out. 325
The whole
King.
Circa crew. Big up the Circa crew. Also, Aqua Base touching down next Saturday, being July 19th. The boat cruise is Visionary featuring
One day
myself.
after the 18th.
Jenna live.
It's gonna be
Jenna
a lot
live.
of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
You'll see this little blonde thing bouncing around on the stage. Anyways, no, it's gonna be off the hook. Big shout out to Jesse, all the Aquabase crew, Destiny. It's gonna be a Ram boat cruise. Make sure and get your tickets right now. That's us touching down on Saturday. All right, Tage, you know what? You're the event listing man, so you know what? Plug a couple more parties.
No. You tell them about the Future Sound first.
Yeah,
And what Tage is doing.
we've got like Sean and I. We're gonna unleash the string of vinyl in the next 3 months, like you wouldn't even believe. We have like so much music, and we're just gonna put it all out on vinyl. There's so much music that we have, and I have so many friends who are making music, like in the States, Toronto, freaking New Zealand, or wherever, like Easter Island. Like, people are making drum and bass everywhere. So we got this new label called Future Sound. Full-time MC Scarbread working with us on that, and then we have a whole bunch of releases slated for Orion, Elements. We have, of course, obviously we have all the hit singles. We're gonna put them out on vinyl for the DJs, and also Crimson Records is in full effect. So watch for that. Lots of releases.
Big things
as well as
coming
vinyl
for the rest of
syndicate
the year.
releases as well.
Yeah.
Wicked, wicked. Well, I hope we informed a couple of the people out there about what's going on with Elements. I know tonight's going to be off the hook. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to all the drinks, courtesy of the Elements crew.
Tequila.
Tequila tonight. All right.
Mark, I just want to say
Yes.
that I got some releases coming out on Hard Leaders, and that's the last thing I wanted to say. A tune called Universal Language just got signed up there. Hopefully it's coming to come around a rumored Two-Door Rose remix and stuff like that, so it's looking good for all the releases coming from Toronto right now.
Big up Carl,
That's sick, wicked.
all the Hog Leaders crew as well. Go on, Dave.
I just want to big up Slip on that release, man. Big up.
Nice.
Thanks, yeah.
Big up your chest.
Well, I think we're going to wrap this one up. Thanks to you guys.
This tune is called Lightning, new Visionary EP coming out again on Hustlin' Beats, so stay tuned.
Thanks for having us down, Mark.
Thanks so much.
On the original OG Prophecy show.
We're going to do it again, man. Don't worry. We're going to keep everybody informed. We're going to let everybody know what's going down.
Big up.
Thanks, Mark.
Sounds of Lightning, and this is forthcoming on a Hustlin' Beats EP entitled The Planet Bass EP. Visionary featuring Jenna Anderson. Once again, some summertime business. Going out to the crew inside. This is Sex Favorite as well. One he plays to all the ladies. Side Dream in the house. The whole crew's here, and by the end of the night, everyone's gonna look pretty messy. Alright, we got Jenna back in the house. Jenna, what's going on?
Well, the next tune that you're going to hear is called Save Me. It's actually a Visionary tune. Beginning of next fall, looks like it's going to come out on vinyl. A side is going to be this mix, and the B side is a mix that Side Dream is going to do. So big up to Side Dream, which is awesome. I'm really excited about that because he's one of my personal favorite producers. And that's it. So keep your ear to the ground for this one on vinyl.
Wicked. You heard it. Track and Tell, Save Me, Visionary, and hopefully Side Dream on the remix. finest sounds of Visionary featuring Jenna Anderson. Track entitled Save Me. Forthcoming remix from Side Dream, who we have in the house with us. Well, that's better. So what's up, man? How you doing?
Good. Just been in Toronto for a few days, having a good time.
Wicked. What do you think of the scene out here?
It's big. It's pretty big compared to Vancouver. Vancouver's got a tight crowd. Lots of people are into it, but there's a lot more people here feeling it and coming out to the nights and stuff. It's good.
Wicked. So for everybody out there, sorry I didn't do that properly. This is Side Dream, and he's been causing quite a stir. He's actually featured in the last Rinse magazine. But for everybody out there, tell us what labels you've been involved with and actually what you're doing and if you have a label and so on.
Okay, well, mainly I've been involved with Breakbeat Science out of New York, which is run by Sean Shooter and DJ Dara. I had a 12-inch come out recently called Solar Waves and Identity. I think it's doing all right. And I've got another one coming out called Zoom In. The backside is called Overcast. Before that, I had a couple things come out on Nerve Recordings, which were all right. Single, and then another split single I did with Excella, who are some producers from DC. I got some tunes coming up on some atmospheric labels like Warm Communications. This is a tune I did with Resound called Time Goes By. It's being very well accepted. I'm going to play it. And another one on Covert Operations, which actually had a mixed CD and Knowledge this month, which is good. And a few other small things here and there. Kilohertz.
Loads and loads of stuff, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Any plans for your own label?
Thought about it, but not quite yet. I don't think so.
Just building up your name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the smartest thing to do. How long have you been producing?
A few years. Mainly I was using old tracker programs with just samples and really basic stuff. So I learned a lot about programming and then eventually moved to Logic, which was a lot of learning, a lot of like stuff about mixing and mastering that I had no idea about. So I eventually got some monitors and worked on that.
Right. I think one thing I wanted to talk about with you especially was jungle drum and bass as a genre. It's so massive and it's constantly changing, and there's so many styles within the one genre, you know. It's so many different types of music within one type of music. But how would you define your sound? What are your influences, and what do you like most about drum and bass?
What I like most about it is exactly what you said, the diversity. It's like a melting pot of all sorts of things, and it seems to feed a lot off of other genres as well as itself. The stuff I like the most is really melodic stuff with rolling sub-bass lines. And I mean, I'm all over the map, really. Beats, I mean, I just like really clean kind of beats, but I like some rough stuff too, so I'm pretty much into all of it. Influenced by a lot of deeper stuff like Klute and TB, and then outside of drum and bass, a lot of IDM, electronica, like down-tempo stuff.
Definitely. You know what's amazing to me, I think in the last couple of years, what's happened with drum and bass going global, and you know, just having so many new people come into the music is just all these new influences coming in, whether it's like electro or techno or industrial, but just people really flipping it and bringing their own flavor in. Like in the US right now, I think it's undeniably the most popular sound with like the new coming producers is like what they call tech step.
Yeah.
You know, it's a harder edge thing. I think that has a lot to do with a big house and techno influence, whereas originally the music was coming from like an urban perspective, which was, you know, sound system culture, hip hop and you know, hip hop breaks and basically dub reggae, you know. I think it's amazing how much the music has changed now that it's globalized.
Yeah, it's definitely influenced from a different angle now. It's there's a lot more music out there from like an electronic perspective that's influencing itself really, and I mean all the old stuff, like you said, old ragga and dub and stuff influenced it in a completely different way. But it's good that the two styles are growing together. There are a lot of producers who are sort of, you know, taking the new stuff and kind of fusing it with the roots of drum and bass, you know.
it amazes me that it's still one genre still, you know, like, because there's so many angles. I mean, me promoting here, you have to be so careful of what you're doing and, you know, covering all your different bases, you know. But that's what I love about the music. It's like 360 degrees of like so many different sounds, you know.
Most people can get into it all, you know, if they listen to it long enough and really realize what about drum and bass is good. And, you know, a lot of people might be just into sort of like really heavy dubby kind of stuff, but they give, you know, they're willing to give everything else a chance really with that sort of genre. It's just such everything sort of works together really well if you pick your tunes right and stuff in the mix.
Wicked. All right, so anything that comes to the top of your head that you want to tell us about and let people know about you forthcoming, or just basically those releases you talked about?
Yeah, just the releases. I've got a few dates coming up in the States, in Atlanta and Washington, D.C., doing a thing in L.A. Just trying to get my name out and basically work with various artists around the States. You know, they bring me down. I'm going to try and bring them up here because I've got a club night. We actually just started in Vancouver every Thursday at Club 7 Alexander. We do a night called Swerve, and basically just trying to...
Wicked.
Just trying to get some of the names that aren't usually brought up, you know. I'm trying to sort of use my contacts with other producers to bring some new talent to the city. Like, I'm bringing Infiltrator from LA, who's coming up soon. That's going to be wicked. Stuff like that, so.
All right, what do you want to tell us about this mix?
The mix, I just threw it together on Saturday. Just a few tunes I've been feeling lately. Got some stuff for myself and TB, Rob F, Infiltrator, Hive, Chaos, Carl K, Jason Kennedy, some guys like that. The first track that came on was actually Quadra out of Vancouver. It was Maddie and Mark Sue who are doing some amazing stuff. They've had a release out on Dune before, which was really good, and hopefully some more stuff maybe coming on Breakbeat Science or Shadow Law Recordings out of Atlanta. But they've changed the name to Pacific, and they're actually doing a downtempo and ambient album under the name Quadra now, which is finished.
I'm really glad to hear that, man. Big up Maddie. I know he's been carrying the flag for quite a while now down in Vancouver in terms of keeping the drum and bass scene going with promotions and stuff like that. You know, I know it's kind of quiet out there. I mean, I head out there quite a bit, actually. This is going to be like my third time in August. I'm coming down, playing for David King in Victoria.
Cool. And
out to Whistler, and hopefully a Vancouver date. I know it's been a little bit quiet down there. Automatic I usually do every time I go down, but...
Yeah, Automatic's cool. I actually don't really make it down on Tuesdays too much because I go into the studio to make breaks with my friend Jason Oddmud. But the nights that have been there, they've thrown some good parties with big DJs and stuff, and they've always been packed lately. It's been good.
Well, you know what? It's wicked to have you here, and I know a lot of people are getting into this sound, especially Jenna. This is her favorite sound in drum and bass. She's been bugging me all the time. Like, anyways, good to have you here. I know you're touching down at Milano tonight. We're going to wrap this up, give you 45 minutes worth of Side Dream. He's going to be down at Milano tonight, 325 King Street West, the Elements CD release party. Side Dream and Slip in the mix, Slip and Slide.
I'm going to give a little bit of a plug to this tune. This is one I just finished. It's called Orbiting Earth.
Sounds heavy. Thanks a lot, man.
Prophecy, prophecy, prophecy.
The prophecy, hostile takeover. Marcus is in the other room. Elements is in the place. Big up Mark for having us time. We just want to give you all the set times for Milano tonight. 325 King, 10 to 12. DJ Sec, 12 till 1:15 a.m. Side Dream all the way from Vancouver on his whirlwind tour. And then me and Slip are going to round things off right till 3 a.m. See y'all down there. Peace. And if you like what you heard, the Elements stuff is available in HMV right now. Better record stores across the world, check it out. Hold tight, the Release Records crew, 527 Young Street. They're stocked full of Elements CDs, so you can pick it up there if you like.
Crew, this is Jenna Anderson. I'm just going to give you guys a lowdown on Elements one more time. You can get Elements Feel the Realness LP at HMVs across North America as well as Release Records. Big up to all the Release Records crew holding it down for us. That's once again, you can get the Elements CD at all HMVs across North America. Keep your ear to the ground for the tour and big up to all the Toronto Junglist crew. Peace.
Yeah, it's going down now. DJ Slide, Sex, Side Dream, Hostile. This one, baby. The prophecy is off the air.
Paul B and Subwave coming out of Moscow. Tune entitled called What You Want. Forthcoming Aqua Skies label out of US. Sonics Recordings, I believe it's called. Make sure to look out for this tune. Big tune. Incoming. Something new from the one like TB. Man's on fire right about now. Coming out, I believe, on Subtitles. The tune's called Firing Line. Sounds of Side Dream in the mix. Vancouver, BC, Canadian. Make sure to check it out. Milano, this Sunday, 325 King Street West. Got Side Dream in the mix. Myself, the one like Elements release. Album release. Big that shit up. Could let this one roll out for a bit. You're listening to The Prophecy. 89.5 FM.
send a big shout out to Infiltrator. It's a tune called Guttermouth. Infiltrator out of LA. Check out Imperial Recordings. Go to imperialrecordings.com. Yeah, forthcoming releases from Archer in Real Time, as well as many others. Tunes getting played by the likes of Hive, Echo, UFO, Total Science, DJ Friction. Good stuff.
Sounds of Side Dream in the mix out of Vancouver. Special guest down at Milano tonight. One like Side Dream. Check it out, 325 King Street West, each and every Sunday. Dropping the sounds of Chaos, Carl K, and Jason Kennedy. It's a tune titled Vice. As far as I know, watch the streets for flyers in the next coming months. Apparently Carl K, Breakbeat Science fame, on the way down to Toronto. So watch the streets, look for some flyers. Pick up the one like 9. Pick up Marcus, all Visionary crew. Slip and slide. Make sure to check out the Elements Project. Hitting the stores within weeks. HMV Release Records. Big album, wicked, wicked. Prophecy Show 89.5 FM. One Lake Sec on the mic right now. You're in tune, the sounds. Side Dream. Special guest down at Milano tonight. Make sure to go check it out. Counting down till 10 o'clock. About 5 minutes left. We're going to let the tunes roll out. Pick up everyone listening tonight.
Prophecy. Track you're back hearing in the background. One of my tunes called Zoom In. It's forthcoming on Breakbeat Science. With Overcast on the flip side. Come check out Milano's at 325 King Street West tonight. Myself, Side Dream, Sec, and the Elements crew record release party. Big up Marcus. Shout out to Prakash and a shout out to Tiffany.